The Hunt. Roblox's newest event where you have to beat 95 games to get some avatar items. Surely no one will be sad and insane enough to do that, right? Yeah, I did. Although some games went above and beyond to make an enjoyable and fun event, others put literally no effort into them, making sloppy and garbage quests which slowly drove me to insanity. In this video, we're going to be ranking all 100 games from worst to best. So make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into this. The first category of games we have are the pure dumpster fire ones. While I played these games, I questioned why I was wasting my life on such awful quests. But without further ado, at number 100, the worst game in this entire event is Bike Obby. The audacity this game has to make you do 2 tedious quests and then make you grind 4 entire worlds to get the badge is just baffling to me. These useless developers knew exactly what they were doing when they did this, and they're honestly so scummy. Next is Lumberjack Simulator. This game is so incredibly awful, and the shameless dev behind it somehow got 3 of their copy and paste games in the hunt. But this is the worst of all of them, as you have to grind for a solid half an hour to be able to beat a lazy and poorly made boss. Just a scummy and annoying cash grab. After that is Treasure Hunt Simulator. Now, unlike the other games in this category, the quest itself isn't that bad, but it's more that it is physically impossible to do as a new player. You have to destroy 3 chests, 2 with relatively low health, but 1 with 100,000 health. To put that into perspective, as a new player, you do 0.5 DPS. So it would take you 55 hours to destroy that chest. And since the dig site resets every half an hour, good luck with that one. Shout out to this girl for carrying me though. The final one in this category is Fruit Battlegrounds. You have to get to level 15 and then get a 2 kill streak. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. There are so many nerds in this game who will chase you down and do everything in their power to kill you as soon as you spawn in. Honestly, just annoying and suck, to be honest. The next category we have is Play the Game. Hence the name, you just have to get to a certain point in these games to get the badge, or collect items from normal gameplay. These devs clearly couldn't be bothered to make an event, so probably wrote 2 lines of code to award the badge and called it a day. Now, there are a lot of games that did this, so let's speedrun them. Pull a Sword, Legends of Speed, Snowboard Obby, Muscle Legends, Pet Simulator 99, Ultimate Football, Ultimate Hide and Seek, Escape the Giant Head, Ninja Legends, My Hello Kitty Cafe, Anime Dimension Simulator, Swordburst 3, Collect All Pets, Emergency Handbook, Total Roblox Drama, Undead Defense Tycoon, World Zero, Carry a Friend Obby, My Restaurant, Twilight Daycare, Big Paintball 2, Super League Soccer, Break-In 2, War Machines, Blade Pool, Restaurant Tycoon 2, All-Star Tower Defense, Gunfight Arena, and Mega Mansion Tycoon. Wow. Really disappointing how many games did this, to be honest. The next category we have is a small yet annoying one. Competitive egg hunts. Unlike the usual egg hunts we'll see later on, these involve trying to find a small number of items in a round. But the problem with that is other people can steal the items from you. So if you lose out, you gotta play again, and again, and again. Not to mention that if you die, you lose the item. The 3 games that do this are Natural Disaster Survival, A Wolf 4 Other, and Project Smash. Natural Disaster was the worst by far, but all 3 of these games just want to annoy you. The next big category is quests. These devs didn't want to be as lazy as just making you play the game, but still couldn't be bothered to do much, so just decided to make you do some cheap and lazy quests instead. These games include Football Fusion, Creatures of Scenario, Elemental Powers Tycoon, SpongeBob Simulator, Berry Avenue, Arm Wrestle Simulator, Sword Fighting Simulator, Drive World, Dungeon Quest, Driving Empire, Car Crashers 2, 3008, and Murderers vs. Sheriffs. Pretty much as lazy as playing the game, but I do have to give them credit for doing something, I guess. Another very popular category, and our final one before we get to the good stuff, is the egg hunt. Slightly better than Quest because it actually differs from regular gameplay. This involves you searching around the game for items. They were fairly enjoyable to do, but clearly little effort was put into it, as it isn't too hard to just put a few items around the map. These games include Barry's Prison Run, Brookhaven RP, Metro Life, War Tycoon, Car Dealership, Military Tycoon, Toilet Tower Defense? I'm really surprised this game got so high, to be honest. Survive the Killer, Live Together RP, Dress to Impress, Greenville, Redcliffe City RP, and Emergency Response Liberal County. They were fine to play, but I wish a bit more was done. We finally made it. The good events. Kind of crazy how we're at number 38, and just now is where we actually see care put into these events. Whether they were good though is a different discussion though. But since these devs actually tried, I think they deserve for me to go over their quests individually. So without further ado, here are the good games. First is Strongest Battlegrounds. You have to kill classic Roblox NPCs to get keys which lets you open a box. It's a bit basic and barely escapes being just play the game, but I appreciate the custom NPCs and the cool cutscene. In Tsunami Game, you have to get to the 3rd checkpoint and use a tracker to walk for a while and find an alien. Very basic and not a lot going for it, but it was kind of cute. In Flora's Lava, every 8 rounds, a Roblox theme map will appear and you have to complete the parkour to find the egg. It's really annoying having to wait for the map to appear, and the map isn't very good, but it's fine, I guess. Livetopia RP was kind of weird. You do a weird quest with a box and some ice, then crack a safe by doing a picture matching puzzle, and you have to wait a minute between doing it each time. Kind of weird and scummy, but it wasn't too bad. Wild Horse Island has you go through a portal and do a neon themed obby. It was fine, not much thought put into it, but kind of enjoyable. Oh, it does kind of burn my eyes. After that is Catalog Avatar Creator. You play a classic style Roblox game where your team has to get the most kills. It was fine, but kind of annoying and luck based, as you might get an amazing team or a horrible team, which made it pretty tedious. In Deadly Decisions, you had to do a pretty basic mode about Roblox. Pretty basic, but there wasn't else you could do with the game, so I'm pretty happy with it. Warrior Cats, Bed Wars, and Royal High all made egg hunts, but instead of just putting it in their normal map, they released exclusive egg hunt game modes, which are very cool. Bike of Hell had a pretty decent hunt mode, and it fits well with the theme. It was pretty fun to do, and way better than Bike Obby. In Lumberjack Tycoon 2, you have to talk to a cashier, sacrifice a block of wood to a bird statue, collect the egg it poops out, and return it to the cashier. Kinda basic but fun to work out. Survival game makes you find a treasure chest and kill a boss. Kinda basic but a fun little challenge, and with someone else fighting with you, it's pretty easy to do. Shout out to these guys for teaming up with me. In Combat Warriors, you have to obtain 150 points and do a cool obby. Annoying how you have to do grinding first, but the obby is very well made and very fun to do. Funky Friday makes you complete 4 songs. It was pretty easy, and I like how the songs are original, but I wish there was some challenge like in the RB Battles one. In Spray Paint, you go on a quest to find a homeless man's spray paints, which starts off pretty cool, but slowly just turns into an egg hunt, but I still liked it overall, and the dialogue was cool. In Strongman Simulator, you do a really cool puzzle where you have to drag an egg through an obstacle course and get it to the other side safe. I really like this challenge, and it was a very pleasant surprise, since all the other games like this just made you play the game, and it was honestly a lot of fun. In Slap Battles, you go to a dungeon, which is very hard to find, accept its quest, jump on a cloud, go to a flying castle, stick your hand in a hole with a long hand, which is also not very obvious, get the glovel, and dig for treasure. It was kind of difficult to figure out what to do with this one, and I needed a tutorial because I was just so lost with it, and you do need a VIP for it since people will be trying to kill you a lot. In Sonic Speed Simulator, you have to go around a lab and pick up 100 gems. I actually really like this one. The lab looks great and the gems are very easy to find, so it wasn't too hard to do. However, it was kind of annoying having to stop to hold E each time. Good job, game fam. Now the next thing you should do is pay your workers properly. In Need More Friends, you need to collect 10 gems, and then you have to do a parkour through this lab and do a few puzzles. I thought it would just be a bland hunt, but it ended up being a very fun little challenge. Cheese Tower Defense isn't the most polished game, but it's a very charming one, and they made a cute little mode which I enjoyed playing a lot, and clearly a lot of love and passion was put into it. Shindo Life has you work together with others to do an egg hunt while being chased by a rabbit monster. It was very fun to do, and I loved the cutscene. It was so well made. In Adopt Me, you meet a time traveler and travel back to the 3 different Adopt Me events to find some cogs. I really like their use of time traveling here, and it was very clever going back to past events. It definitely won't have the same impact on me and other new players as it would to regular players, but I still appreciate the creativity, and it was pretty fun to do. In Dragon Quest, you speak to the mother dragon and go on a quest to find her eggs. It was pretty cool, and I enjoyed the combat, although the finale was kind of underwhelming. In Astro Renaissance, you have to go through different portals doing different puzzles and obbies to get 12 shards, and then you have to do a boss fight. I loved finding the gems, the atmosphere was really nice, but the boss kinda sucked. It had 2 basic attacks, and the weapon was really poorly made. I still appreciate the effort though, and it was overall pretty fun. Next is RB Battles. Okay, I know, I'm sorry it's not higher. I also love RB Battles, but hear me out. You had to win a minigame, break a crystal, and then watch a cutscene and choose between a sewer fight and a rhythm game. The cutscene was weird and made no sense, and the sewer fight was clunky and buggy. Not to mention their egg hunt glitched, and I received no compensation for it. overall a very disappointing event from RB Battles. Naval Hospital has you complete an entire storyline in the hospital, which is actually very cool. I enjoyed doing it. However, like Dragon Adventures, the climax was kind of underwhelming. Club Roblox makes you infiltrate the Duck headquarters, destroy their computer, and blow up the building. It was honestly really fun to do. It was a fun and silly idea, and parts of it felt a lot like RB Battles, which was a lot of fun to do. Oh my god. Last 10 games, lads, come on, we can do it. The Mimic makes you do an egg hunt in a custom map, and you have to sell them until you get 1,000 coins, whilst being chased by a terrifying monster. A lot of fun, and an excellent horror-themed egg hunt. In Bayside High School, you have to go through a portal and travel back in time to an old-fashioned concert, where you have to do a rhythm minigame. Another very good use of time travel, and I like the small narrative it has. Unlike in Blade Ball, the Death Ball devs actually put some effort into their quest. You have to fight a very well-made and sick-looking core blocks boss, which is some pretty cool attacks and was really fun to fight. In Please Donate, you talk to another homeless guy and promise to give him some cash. So you go to a nuclear base, do some hacking, go through a portal, do some mining, and give him some diamonds. It wasn't very exciting to do, but very high quality and enjoyable. In SCP Roleplay, you have to go on a quest to a different dimension to obtain a relic, whilst fighting off SCPs and doing puzzles. This was very well made and very fun to do. Although a bit short, I still loved playing it and the narrative was awesome. We finally reached the top 5. Crazy to think how far you've come. But despite everything we've been through, we're still us. And we had a pretty fun time. So without further ado, let's finish this event once and for all. In 5th place, we have Steep Steps. You have to do a core blocks themed mountain and find 5 different items to give to a ninja. And then Builder-Man comes down, who secretly sands? God damn, the Undertale theme with this section really is insane. It was very well made and definitely a good challenge. Honestly, it was really fun to play, even if it got very frustrating at times. In 4th place, we have TDS. You complete a map themed around classic Roblox, and you have to defend it from the core blocks army. And as you progress, the map gets more and more corrupted until it goes into full chaos for the final boss. And when you defeat him, the map goes back to normal. I love how unique the map is. It was really well made and definitely an excellent TDS event. In 3rd place, we have Arsenal. They made a full-on spy game mode where you have to infiltrate a spy base, take out the enemies, hack a computer, get chased and shoot down a helicopter. Honestly, this mode was awesome and I really enjoyed playing it. It really felt like a spy thriller and it was perfect for this event. The only criticism I have is that the final boss was kind of boring, but apart from that, it was amazing. In 2nd place, we have Doors. You have to speedrun a kind of factory map before time runs out, and if time does run out, where you can flip levers to add more time to the clock, and you have to avoid 2 unique enemies. I adore this mode so much. It's so well made and so fun to try and beat. My only criticism is there's quite a lack of enemies, but it was such fun to play. And finally, in 1st place is Piggy. A time traveler named Finley crashes into the main menu, then takes you back in time to a medieval period where you need to fix the time machine whilst being chased by Griffin. After fixing his time machine, we travel to a modern era rooftop smoke. We have to find the code to the vault with a unique enemy that is blind and can only locate you if you scare the little eye guy, who screams and alerts him. Once we crack the vault, Finley steals the golden egg and knocks you out and takes you back to the main menu. This mode had so much going for it and it was such a joy to play. The fact that Mindy2 made 2 maps and created a unique bot just for this event was awesome. I love everything about this mode and genuinely deserves 1st place, despite my possible bias. But there we go, that's my opinion on all 100 games on the hunt. It's quite a shame that there were so many underwhelming quests, but honestly, that's more Roblox's fault than the developers. They were only given 3 weeks to create something, which is not a lot of time. But the main question is, did I enjoy the hunt? Well, yes. Although the grind was painful, it was fun to play with my friends. And honestly, the items were really cool. But what do you guys think? And make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.